Hello and welcome. I'm just trying to find myself on the laptop. I can see that the lighting isn't that clever again today. I did try something where I had the lamp under this way. I'm not sure that makes a difference, if I'm being honest. But it could be me and my very weird let's bring that out because it's looking very see all the mess. It's very blurry. Is that better? Oh, that's better. But you can see all that mess. Oh, never mind. Why does anybody else, they just get the grid paper in, and I always get all the mess. Never mind. Never mind, I'm here. Hello, everybody. Let's see who's on. I can see there's quite a few of you. Let's make sure I don't miss anybody. Hello, Emma. Hello, Katie. Elizabeth. June. Hi, June. Lisa. Hi. Linda. Elizabeth. Another Linda. Hello, Linda. And Rachel. Hi, Rachel. How is everybody? So, you may or may not have gathered, but I'm back onto the hospital runs again. Paul, sadly, is back in the hospital, this time with his breathing. So it's been a little bit of hairy scary, and I'm back and forth, and I'm worn out. I think I'm more. I don't know whether I'm more worn out him being home or him being in the hospital. Never mind. Hello, Julie. How are you? So I'm over on Facebook again, rather than on YouTube, because I think people can't find me even though I've given the link and say, come and join me live over on YouTube. You're not actually getting notified, I don't think. So thank you, Katie. Thank you, Elizabeth and Emma. Thank you all. So today I wanted to share with you, I have prepped, I have prepped, I coloured and cut so that I could show you me colouring, and then I've already cut it so you ain't got to see me do lots of cutting out in the middle of flowers. But I used some of them. I'm sorry. So I'm going to be using. Trying to do this so that I don't show you too much. I'm going to be using the Daffodil Daydream. I quite like that's pretty. And I did a card for. I did this one. I did this for the global tutorial. Thank you, Julie. Global tutorial bundle. You can see it's a little bit wonky there, but we won't worry about that. That's because I used basic white cardstock and I watercoloured slightly. But it was a case, and she used my favourite set, which is hand penned petals. But I had daffodils on my table, and I thought I'll use the daffodils. So I'm going to show you how I did this. And I've got another card we may or may not get to. We may or may not get to. Anyway, so I've pre-cut. So I've cut in half A4 and I've scored in half. And then I've got my normal 8 by 12 centimetres. Let me turn over this, because when I'm doing centimetres, if I turn it over to inches, we can check his out, which looks like it's 4 and 7/8 by 3 1/4 inches in the green, which is 8.3 by 12.3 centimetres, and then the white is 8 by 12 centimetres and In inches, it's 3.1 by 4 3/4. But I have done a PDF, a free PDF download tutorial for you. It's on my blog. It's under the it'll say Daffodil Daydream, and I have put, because I've been a good girl for those in the US that follow, I have put little templates. I've done little templates for me, and put the measurements in US letter on that download. So pop over to my blog and print yourself off, or download it to your computer and put it where you normally put your download PDFs. And then you've got that to refer back to if you ever want to make what I've made. Hi, Louise. So I'm trying to think of everybody here. I know I've got a US following, so let me put that back in my little box so that I don't never lose him. And I can refer back to those. So I've got that. Now what I did was, because you can see I've got green water. I didn't mean to have green water, but I used pencil. So I've got my little box of tricks here. So I've got everything so I wouldn't lose it, but I have worn down my pencil. And I don't appear to have a pencil sharpener. Anyway, what I did was I scribbled the pencil over my block, because the pencil gives you a lighter colour. So if I just did the ink and watered it down, I was getting quite a dark background, and I didn't want a dark background. I just wanted a little light background, so I just popped some water on there and squeeze some out, and I just went in circular motions or squizzy around. Then I just did this. Just kept doing that, really. Not coming out very good. Not got enough water. Now this would happen, wouldn't it? It's certainly not coming out like I did it. But you know what? I'm not going to worry too much about it, because you all know how to do a smooshing. I've got some ink on here. Let's do that. Still dark. So we'll just use that. Okay, just make sure you've got plenty of water, and maybe I should have just used shimmery. I don't care. Anyway, so that's that. Now let's get, I have coloured some here, so I've prepped well, but I will colour. Oh, Lisa, thank you very much. It is a great tip if it works. But I think it's because I haven't got no more pencil left there. Look, I've really took the pencil off, haven't I? So, yeah, never mind. If you've got enough pencil, then you'll be fine. Okay, so let's bring in some Stampin Blends. So I use So Saffron, Dark Daffodil Delight, Granny Apple Green, and a soft sea foam. But you don't need to use soft sea foam if you don't want to. Like Granny Apple Green. Don't want Old Olive. Swap that over. Right, so here goes. I normally just use the brush tip. Others don't use the brush tip, but I quite like it, and I just go gently over. Leave some white. I'm not particular about how I'm colouring, I'm just scribbling really. Just doing that. You may or may not want to use the dark so saffron, so depending on how much you've used your dark so saffron as to it may come out the same colour as your light one, which some of them do for me because I use this one so much. And it might just come out a little bit. It's a little bit lighter than the light Daffodil Delight. But now I'm going to go in with my dark. I'm just going to tip the edges and just come round on some of those lines, but not too much. Because what we're going to be wanting to do is go back over it again with a light so saffron. We don't want to go all the way over it because we do want little bits of white, because we want to make it look like it's still watercoloury. I'm going to come back with my light so saffron just over the tips of that, so it just blends a little bit more in. And then I'm going to come back again with my dark. I might do that afterwards actually when it's dried. I think I'll do that afterwards. So now I'm just going to come with the soft sea foam. And again, I'm going to leave white bits. So I've stamped this in Memento ink. I forgot to say that. So it's this image here that I've stamped in the Memento ink, black Memento ink. And then we're going to come along with the dark. We're going to use dark. It is a pretty stamp, isn't it? Thank you, Linda. I'm just going to do some little dotties, depending again how new your blend is as to how vibrant the ink comes out, flows out. So when you've used them quite a bit, they don't tend to spread too much. Then I'm going to use my light, and you can see actually that my light one is used much more than the dark one. And at this point I'm going to go onto the bullet end and just rub those dots in. You can use your colour lifter, but I'm not going to do that this time, because I quite like the dots showing a little bit. Now when I first made this card, I think you might notice that I actually did this bit green, even though it's a bud. Sometimes they're green, sometimes they're yellow, but I did mine green because I forgot about it. I thought, oh, that was a bud and I've just coloured it in. That's why I did that. Okay, I'm going to come back now with the dark. Oh, Nicola, you nearly missed me. Oh, bless you. I didn't notify anybody that I was coming just in case I didn't, I'm going to come down just a little bit more. Yes, you get to see my hands in a bigger picture, but you get to see a closer up when you're colouring. You like to see a little bit more, a little bit more. And I did get a comment once. Oh, I like your card, but you got your camera down too low. So all right, fine, thanks. Cheers for that. I'm just going to put little dots, because then you get a nice bit of shading, but you still get that gradient look. Now, I'm not a professional colourer, but I'm at a point where I'm happy with how it looks, and you will too if you don't worry too much about it. Let the blends do the work for you. Okay, so that then I then cut out. Let me get my little chopper upper. You can see it's a bit dirty. This is about 20 years old, this, and I just I used one of these little knives and trimmed all through there. I then I stamped one of these, so it's got a larger flower head, and here we go with that. Haven't I been good? I've been cutting them all out because one card takes me an hour and a half. I noticed last week. One card, an hour and a half. Never mind. So I have cut that part off. Or you might notice it better here. So you can see what I've done. I've just cut that part. I just wanted that bit to tuck under where I was going. Okay, should we bring back the card if you want to see the card? It's going to be slightly different because I've mucked up the background somewhat. I did chuck one away, but I've just retrieved that from the bin. I might keep that. Put that over there. So what you can do is, because it's not really meant for watercolouring, just use your bone folder to roll it back again. If you was to use the shimmery white, you would need to use the shimmery white for the card blank as well, because it is a slightly different, and you would have got a nicer doobry on it. Yeah. Okay. Are you all still with me, folks? Have I missed any comments? Any thumbs up if you like what you see? Oh, thank you for those thumbs up. Okay, so I'm going to put that to one side. I'm just going to pop some dimensionals on the back. Then we're going to have a bit of, I've got loads of bits here, I don't need that bit in there, a little bit of linen thread. Have you ever pulled out the wrong section of your linen thread and ended up like this, look? Because I was too impatient, I couldn't find the end. So I thought, oh, and I've cut loads of ends now. I was like, just give me a bit of linen thread. I just want a bit. And then I've mucked it all up. Hi, Kay. Hi, Eva. Oh, she's got a cold. Bless her. She's not got COVID, has she? Just got a cold. I've had an earache for a few days. I think mine's all just stress related, I think. So you can see on the card here, I just want it to go over this side. And the linen thread just wants to go where it wants to go, not where I want it to go. Okay. Before we put that down, we need to do some splats. And those I did with the blender pen. I'll move that out of the way actually. Just take the nib. Don't go too hard with it because you don't want to faff your lid up, your nib up. Then we're going to take this bit here. You can just trim off the bits that you think, oh, that looks a little bit ugly there, so we just trim that bit off because we only want pretty bits on there. And then this one here, I just got my bone folder. Ah, good. I'm glad to hear Eva's, it's just a cold, bless her. Emma would have unwound it all and wound it all back on again. I'm too impatient for all that, Emma. Hello, Joan from Washington State. How are you? What time is it over there? I always ask that. What time is it from where you are? I'm always interested. So I've just done these bits here, just frou-froued them. I'm going to put dimensionals. And there. One there. And we're going to tuck it under those leaves there. So be sure this bit here, where you've just chopped it off, be sure to tuck that so that you can see part of it, because it makes it look like it's coming from that bunch. And then just pop it down there like that. Okay. And then this went on ski whiff on the card that we cased. But I want this bit to be straight, so it's you can do that with it and then glue it on, but then when you go to put it back down on again, you find you like that. So it's just best to glue your colour down first in a ski whiff fashion. Then go lightly around the edges. Because it's curled up, you could use tear tape, but I would put that on before you start laying all your bits on. But again, I'm just being lazy. And just going to pop that on as kind of straight as I can, but a little bit ski whiff, just a little bit ski whiff, because that's what the layout was. And just hold your hand on there. Okay, And then you have got sentiments in this set, but I didn't want to use those sentiments. So I use the special moments, the celebration offering that you get for free with a minimum order. I'm just going to pull this back down here because you can't really see half of what I'm doing. Oh, it's 1 p.m. 1:30 p.m. Oh, that's not too bad. That's not too bad. I'm just tidying my little bitty up here. Okay, so I used... I'm sure I used this. Best Wishes. Yes, I did use it. Best Wishes here. It's got quite nice. I was going to use Hello Sunshine, but that was just a little bit too little. You can use Thanks. Thinking of You. I think Best Wishes is nice because that could be for a birthday or whatever you like, basically. Now, it could be Best Wishes, it could be Thinking of You. Best Wishes can mean lots of things, can't it? Don't want it to go too curly-whirly. Let's bring it back here. Let's use this little bit. Oh yes, I'm designing my next assignment for the artisan. I'm gonna be using those hands. I hope you like it when it gets published. But stalk the Stampin' Up Instagram page and Facebook page because I have some projects being shared by Stampin' Up Artisan using the tulips. So I'm just going to cut that there. I thought I did rather well with them. So I had to use the tulips and the windmill set. So 2 sets to work with. You love the technique with the watercolour pencil, only if I got it right. Well, I did the first time round because I had a lovely nib. And then that time round, I'm like, oh, what have I done to it? Oh, thank you, Emma. Emma says she's looking forward to seeing what I've made with the tulips. And Linda says she's sure that it will be fabulous. Thank you. So, Julie asks, do I have to send my projects to SU or just digitally? I have to make them and then I have to do lots of different photos and try and get my best photo. Which is very hard. Because they have to be just so... Yes. Oh, I don't have to pick that, do I? So, yeah, I send them over. And so I get to keep them. And they could be winging themselves to somebody who follows me on here. I might do little giveaways of my projects. I'm sure you would... Oh, take that one off. I forgot that. Because the flowers are layered up, you only want the dimensionals one side. I'm chatting too much, aren't I? Sorry about that, folks. So yes, I might do like what Emma does when you yeah, it does need sharpening properly, I think. Yeah, I might do like what Emma does when she does the little whirly thing, or leave and share and name in the hat kind of thing for the projects. There we go, best wishes. Now I haven't put any Winker Stella. I haven't done any Winker Stella because I've put these. So this little pot here, it's really cute. It's called Sparkle and Shine Sequin Assortment, and it's got little round, not plastic, but they're see-through blobs, all different colour sequins, little star sequins, and I kind of, look at them. I kind of did this. See where they drop. Sometimes when you think, now where do I place them? And I just kind of did this and I thought, oh yeah. See, that one's one of those, it's like a little teardrop. A bit fiddly. But yeah. One up there. And a silver one there. They're like little half moon. Oh, I told you there's fiddly, didn't I? He's got something on it, I don't want to go. It's like a little, there you go. Merry-go-round. That there. I mean, I know that's like a star, but you could still use a star because it looks like a little flower head, doesn't it? And you can pop them so that they poke out from underneath. Oh, thank you, Kathleen. Hello, hello, hello. Linda says she needs them. I know, they're very cute. So I suppose they're good for like shaker cards and that, but it's just that sometimes when you've got sequins, sometimes they're all the same size or all the same colour, and these are like, oh, very sparkly, just as they say on the tin. So take off what you don't want, leave on what you do. Just got to be very careful that you haven't got a real bad squirty glue. Just put a little tiny bit on and then pop them over. You can just slide them across unless you think, oh, that's going to get caught. So you just lift them up with your pokey tooly kind of thing. I want that one poking out from there. And sometimes if you get them glue on your finger, they don't actually go where you want them to go. So you might need to just use your little tweezers. Ah, that one flew off somewhere, so I'll just use that one. I like that one there. Pop that one over there. I think I'd like another little silver one just about here. Go in there. Throw that over there. that there. And then what you can do, just flick off what you don't want. Move them to one side. I think we might need some more of the bigger ones over here. And I'm not going to count them, you know, like say your odds and evens. I'm not going to bother doing that. That one can come off. And a big one down here again. Flop him on there. And there we go. You need them too and you miss them. There, see, just goes to show what you miss in the catalogue, really, doesn't it? I got these. I will say I missed them as well. And I only got them because they come in my artisan box. I got loads of stuff in the artisan box. So, I mean, make sure you apply next year. And I'll tell you you get 1,000 in there. Sparkle and Shine sequin assortments. If you put that in the search bar, they will come up. But the code is, shall I write it down for you in case you want it? One 58137. Sparkle and Shine. Sequins. And there you go. It's not, I mean, once that's dried out, it's dried out okay. You wouldn't have noticed that I made a faux pas there, would you really? Oh, they're in your basket. Rachel's got them in her basket already. Oh my God. So what do you think? What do you think, folks? As I say, that for those that have just that have not long come on, there is this Facebook Live will get posted to YouTube, but I have a blog post already that was out on Monday on www. I always do too many W's. Simplyfairies at simplyfairies.co.uk, and there is if you go down a little way and just read what I've wrote there. There's not a lot to read, but there'll be a link to a PDF that I've given you all the instructions, and I have been very good and I've given you the US letter size measurements as well as centimetres for the rest of us. I know a lot of people use inches and they've not got US letter size, but there's centimetres as well. So centimetres and US letter size. Thank you, Linda, for that. Linda's just put a link up there. And if you go to, it's under Daffodil Daylight, and you can download it to your computer or your iPad, to your iBooks. The sparkles bring it alive. It does indeed, Julie. Thank you very, very much. So that's why I didn't really put any Wink Estella on, to be honest with you. I thought, oh, I don't really need it. Don't really need it. Okay, so shall we move on to the next one? Very, very different. I don't know whether to do it or not, but yeah, I think we will. I think we will. Shall we? Should we make another one? I don't know. What's the time? Quarter to 10? That's not bad going, is it? See, I did some colouring at the beginning, so if anybody missed that, I did some colouring. So if you would like me to make another one, just give me some hearts and I'll make another one. Oh, there's no hearts coming. You don't want me to make any anymore. Oh, I've missed 5 comments. Cats are in bed. Hello, Diane. Linda's put a cat's in bed. Okay, I'll make some. I'll make another one. Okie dokie. So this one, there isn't a PDF for this one, but I might do that, and I'll share it in the week actually, because it's nice to have PDFs you can pop into your PDF sections. Anyway, so this paper, that's lovely, isn't it? This paper is from a new release. I call them my Boris papers because they remind me of hands, face, space. That was our mantra at the beginning of COVID. Hands, face, space. I know there's no face on there, but I call them my hands, face, space paper. Really nice, actually. You've got all of those, and if you're not into hands, then you've got lots of different patterns. Squares, hearts, rounds, stripes, rainbow. So I'm using this one, which I think is quite nice actually. You could colour those all in and then have that over the top of them, really, couldn't you? You could. So let me pop these back in here. Hands, face, face. Look, I've been colouring hands. Quick snake peek. Quick snake peek. Right. Okay. Now we're going to have the problem again with the pencil, I think. I do need to get... I cut this piece, I think it's 10 by 14.3. But it's only a little, just a little bit down from them. I'm trying to look while I'm crafting with you, but I was sure I'd got a pencil sharpener of some sort somewhere. I could do like what we used to do at school with this. Sharpen it a little bit. I used to love doing this at school. Who used to do this at school? Make a mess everywhere. Make a mess everywhere. Exactly that. Look at that. Okay. Get the pencil. I have a fear that someone's going to ask me what pencils were they? Because there's two different sections of pencils, isn't there? I'm just trying to see where they are. So they are watercolour pencil assortment 2. And there's Cherry Cobbler, Flirty Flamingo, Cajun Craze, Crushed Curry, Granny Apple Green, Garden Green, Coastal Cabana, Balmy Blue, Night of Navy and Gorgeous Grape. So they're the ones that I've used. There's lots of lovely colours, isn't there? So we're going to put that to one side. the more water you add, the better, I think, with these ones. It's really... Put 2 blocks together. I might have even done that actually. This was one of my very first videos, smushing. That's what I did. Now I know what I did. Sandwiched the 2 together. And did that. Just remember to clean them. Have you ever done that? Saved your little spice jars for your water. Okay. Let that dry because it's going to be curly. I've used that stamp set again, this one here, and I've used Thanks for Brightening Up My Day, and the other card you'll see later has got this one here, for someone who is wonderful in each and every way. Okay. We've had some drop out, but thank yous to those that are still with us. Okay. Now, this is where I made another one because I thought that you would say to me, oh, please make another one. And I didn't cut them out because I didn't colour them. I coloured them while you were here. So you're going to have to bear with me while I do this. I'm sorry, folks. I'm sorry. But I do like to cut all round here. You don't have to be like particular. Emma says she never seems to get to the end of her spice jars. They seem never ending. Oh, hello, Shaz. Yes, do watch back because we made this card here. And just to let you know that there's a PDF on my blog. Linda's put a link in the chat. So if you scroll back on the chat, it's a few minutes back. But there's a PDF that you can have. I don't know where you're from, Shaz. Where are you from? If you're from America, the PDF has US letter size measurements on there as well. Oh, you're from Devon. Lovely, lovely, lovely. So there's a blog post all about this. This second card isn't on there, but the first card is. I know you might be thinking, why are you cutting out those little diddly bits? But I don't like to see like white when there should be. It's like you're looking through the flowers, aren't you? You don't want to be got that little white bit will annoy me if I didn't cut it out. There's a little one there. Even if it's just a little tiddler that you're cutting out, still cut it out because I promise you it makes a difference. There are dies that cut out the rest of it. But sometimes we don't want the dies, do we? We just want the stamp set. But the dies cut out the 2 flowers. Where's that stamp set gone again? And the dies cut out those 2 and the butterfly, and then it cuts out lots of tulip doobies to make not tulips, daffodils, to make daffodils. So when you're cutting, just move the paper around rather than the scissors. And there we go. So for those that have just joined us, if you watch back on the replay, I'll show you how I coloured these in. Quick and simple and easy way. I still think it gives it a nice professional look. But it's not a stressful colouring in session where you worry about, have you put enough on, have you not put enough on? And you can see that I like to leave little white bits because even though they're Stampin Blends alcohol markers, I wanted it to look like it was watercoloured. And I think by leaving bits of white, it does give that illusion. I should call it faux watercolour. There we go. Hockey cookie. Right, so before I put this on, now you can see that's all gone curly. So at this stage, you might want to use your tear tape or your tape runner. I'm going to pop just gonna a little bit of green down there. But take that off for a start, look. I need a little bit. Take the lid off, woman, take the lid off, woman. Oh no, I've come down too far. Just press that up. The good thing about this one is that you can move it up a little bit if you put it in the wrong place. Just use your fingers. There we go, that'll do. And I'm going to worry about that because I'm going to put something there, so I'm not really going to worry about that. Now you can, if you wanted to, save your paper and cut those off, but I'm not going to bother. So you can put, I shouldn't have used this one. This is the plus. You've got to really go lightly with this plus one. Really light hand as opposed to heavy handed. Now, because I'm going to put it on something that's going to be quite a thin border, I'm going to double glue it. And you might think, well, why are you doing that? Well, this bit here will keep it down firmer because it's buckled a bit. So it helps with that. and then if you put a like bit of adhesive glue around it, it gives you still wiggle room that you need, or that you get when you just put wet glue on. But the other part of the tape then helps keep it flat, because I have used basic white and not a watercolour paper or shimmery white. Just checking to see if I've missed any questions. Anybody coming on? If I haven't said hello, just give me a shout out. I've not noticed you come on, I'm afraid. Right, so now I'm going to have thanks for brightening up my day. So I need to put those on dimensionals. They're over here. You only need 3. You don't need an excessive amount, because you're going to be tucking some flowers underneath. So see where that bit of glue is? That's going to go on there, but we're not going to worry too much, because something else is going to be going there too. Okay, so I just want to use my bone folder to and just curly, not too much, just a little bit. And what I'm going to do is put some dimensionals just where the flower heads are. And at this point you don't need to glue there, because you're just going to tuck that under there. And you're going to want it to hang off slightly. I'll show you the original card when we're done. So this one here, we're going to cut off. I know we've coloured them all nicely, but we never know where we're going to cut them off. So always colour them, because you might regret not colouring them. And then we're going to use some of them. Take the bone folder again here. Let's just tidy that little bit up there, because that'll annoy me once that's on the card. I'm going to use small always I say to you, where's my big ones? And I can't find my big ones. Now I can't find my little ones. There we go. Okay. Put one either side of there, and then what I'm going to do is put just a bit of wet glue there in the middle, because I want that bit to be flat down. I just heard like a little noise, like, yeah. I thought, oh, there's the cat, but it wasn't. It was my stomach. We're just gonna pop that on there. Now I'll tell you the reason why this ended up here is because I stamped this sentiment and the for someone who is wonderful in each and every way on the same piece of card, and then I punched and I thought, oh no, I haven't left enough gap for that to come, so I was missing half the punch. So I thought, oh, I know what to do. I'll cut the flower off. And we can use it to cover up that mistake, because I didn't want to waste it. I think he's upstairs, Katie. He was all curled up on the stairs because at some part of that staircase must be pipe work, and it's warm and he likes it. So always have the light on when you're going up the stairs, put it that way, because he could be sleeping on the stairs and you won't see him. So I've made a little bow here. Waste not, want not. I can I'm going to put a glue dot on that. Yes, because over in the back room we had some IKEA wardrobes put in over from Lakeside, and I give all the measurements to the girl, but she, I don't know, she was on her phone half the time when she was doing it, and she mucked up everything, and I didn't want them to go back. They were too deep and they didn't quite fit. And in this house we got these big things over the top of the radiators, and they're it wouldn't fit back on the radiator, and I thought, oh, that's getting on my nerves. I'll take them off. I'll take it off because it's like hanging, and it'll, you know, it might drop down and do some damage. And I thought, well, I can't take it off. There was like a silver piece of wire, you know, like you put round an old-fashioned fuse, like a fuse wire. Oh, I thought, let me get some scissors, and I snipped it off. That was a big mistake. And there's only 2 radiators that's on in this house. This house is so hot. Those that are on here that have been in my house, they will tell you it gets really hot in here. And I only ever have the small radiator here in the living room, and there's one out in the hallway that has to stay on because of the kind of system that it is. And I don't want to waste that. Look, I want to use it. And I snipped it off. Oh my goodness me, I thought it was going to blow the house up. The fumes, a little bit of fluid came out of this piece of wire, and it was only as thin as that, and the fumes, I was like, oh, quick, run, open all the doors, I'm going to blow the house up. And this is a housing association one, and as we sold our house and we moved in here because it was more suitable for the wheelchair for Paul, but so I called my plumber that normally works for the housing association, and he done some private work for me on my washing machine and that. And I said, oh my God, I've done this. I don't want to phone them. I'll get a big bill. He said, no, it's all right. It will be all right. But the only thing is, the radiator stays on all the time. So it's really hot. And do you know what Chichi does? Chichi is the cat, for anybody that don't know. Bedroom radiator is hanging off the wall. Well, this is what this was, but the radiator itself is not hanging off the wall. But Elizabeth, yes, you're right. The IKEA, they're not very good. They're good with their stuff, but they're not good if you need measurements. So get a professional to do that for you. And then he sits facing it, and he loves it because it's just hot all the time. Silly cat, me. He's a funny old thing. He's got a really long toenail. I don't know where it's coming from. I did ask the vet, please could you cut a little bit of his toenail off, because I think he'll have problems. And he never cut it off, and you know it's getting bigger. So I tried to chop his little toenail off. He weren't having none of it. So I think when someone comes round here, I might have to ask them, can you please hold him while I cut his toenail off? That might be Linda or Bridget when they come. When Bridget drops me some shopping round. Can you hold the cat while I cut his toenails? So that's that one, and we're going to go back again to those sparkle and shines. Sparkle and shines. You used to have a cat hammock. Listen, you could buy this little thing. He's got everything. He won't use none of it. Nope. He's a little so-and-so. Okay. Ooh. Always, if you can't get your glue to come out, always pop it onto something before you actually squeeze it, because you might end up with loads coming out where you don't want it to come out, basically. These are really nice and sparkly. Like those little stars are like iridescent. And that little I don't know what you would call that, like little water drop, I suppose. A funny little thing. Oh. Get off. Oh. All my hands are all sticky now. Just a little one down here. That's it. And then shake off the ones that you don't want. Just be careful that the ones that you do want are still in the same place as where you wanted them. And there you go. And again, because of the sparkly what sits, I didn't put no Winkostella on it. And there is my other one, and you'll see underneath there, if I throw this up, you might be able to see where I'd cut most, like half of it off. So you don't waste those. You can, oh, there he is. He's having a shower. Can you hear him? Oh, I think he's going to be unwell. Oh, I'm coming. I won't be long. I won't be long. Not on the carpet. He's going to be sick on the carpet. Oh, anyway, there you go, folks. I've had a lovely crafting session with you. I'm glad I come on. But there you go. I hope you like that. The background smushing is fab. Thank you. I will say hi to him, Katie, when he's been a bit not well at the minute. I can hear him. I don't know if you can, but I can. Poor little thing. Oh. I'm coming. I won't be long, I promise. Anyway, folks, there you go. So, for those all that have commented, if you give me a comment and you share, and you, if you're on YouTube, please give me a thumbs up. I shall put this over on YouTube tomorrow, and then what I think I'll do is two of the cards, one of each. I'll see if I can do. I'll have to get Linda to show me, because you did it on her little Facebook Live, where you can do you put all the names on this little spin the wheel thing, and the spin the wheel, span the wheel. And you know, I don't care where you live in the world, I will post it out to you, because I am grateful for you coming on. And even if you can't purchase from me, you can still support me by doing a thumbs up and or share this Facebook Live or my YouTube video. And I'm ever so grateful to you all. If you do live in this country and you would like to purchase any of the items that I've used today, I would love to have your business. It would mean a great deal to me, that I can assure you. And if you use the host code, you can get a little gift from me next month. If you use the host code for this month, normally cash it in at the end of the month. And it take a couple of weeks to get to me, to get to you. But anyway, there you go. I hope you like what we've done tonight. Thank you very, very much. And I'll see you again next week. Take care, everyone.